Good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity to talk about drug delivery to the lungs and why this is an interesting route of delivery. Just to introduce myself, I'm Shabir Mustafa. I'm the Global Key Account Director for Recipharm Inhalation Solutions, and it's my pleasure to deliver this presentation. Firstly, I'd like to give you a summary of Recipharm, and most importantly, why Recipharm is interested in inhalation drug delivery. Recipharm is a global CDMO, which is headquartered in Stockholm, Sweden. We have 20 plus manufacturing or development sites spread across Europe, India, and also the US. We have 6,000 employees and manufacture 500 products in various dosage forms, from solid dose to liquids to semi-solids, steriles, and obviously most importantly, inhalation products. And our sales last year was 650 million euros. As said, we have 20 plus manufacturing or development sites based around the world, and this is just giving an illustration of where we are. And although we're a global CDMO, we like to still think we have a local presence at all our sites. We offer a comprehensive end-to-end offering. On the development side, we offer drug substance development, formulation development, analytical development, as well as clinical trial manufacture. And on the commercial side, we offer the full service from API procurement right the way through to the full packaging services. And we are one of the leaders of implementing serialization on all our lines and working with customers to implement it on their products. I suppose the question is, why is Recipharm interested in the inhalation field? In May this year, we created a new service called Recipharm Inhalation Solutions, and this offers customers an end-to-end service for inhalation products. We have a development site in the US, in North Carolina, for development of MDIs, DPIs, and nasal sprays. Whilst in the UK, which is still part of Europe, we have a site for clinical manufacturing as well as commercial manufacturing of the dosage forms that I've just mentioned. We offer a full service around analytical services of testing the devices, etc., and also areas such as extractable and leachables studies. We have a real keen interest in inhalation drug delivery. Just to give you a brief overview of the current inhalation market, still by far the most used for inhalation drugs is for aspirin COPD, which, while still is the traditional therapies, are still very strong, and we're expecting those markets to keep growing due to factors such as lifestyle and pollution. And roughly, for both of asthma and COPD, there's about 600 million patients globally. US is still the biggest market, but Asia is catching up very quickly. And on the device side, about 60% of them are DPIs, while about 40% are PMDIs. The market's set to grow from around 39 billion to 56 billion in the next few years. Oh, sorry, I got that. There we go. Yeah. Treatments have traditionally been long-acting compounds, such as short or long-acting beta agonists, or even long-acting muscarinic agonists. And these are still very much in use today, so single-acting compounds are still used today. But more recently, we've started to see duo or even tri-combo compounds, such as the Chiesi Trimbo or the AstraZeneca Beretsi formulation. This is something that's really advantageous for using inhalation drug delivery. We have the ability to be able to do combo or tri-combo products, and I'll come back to that shortly. This is just giving you a summary of the slides, a summary of the sales for combinations of DPIs and PMDIs. And still, you can still see the Advadiscus product is still by far the top global seller, still followed by Spiriva and Symbicort. And whilst they've been on the market for quite a while, they're still very good. They still have a very good share of the market, and this is probably the reason. The reason being is DPIs are very difficult to copy, make generic copies of them, and even in the US, only this year is the first generic copy of Adva made by Mylan. So it's still a very profitable area if you have a novel product. But why is inhalation route of delivery? Why is it an interesting route to look at? And this diagram just gives you a simplistic look at how you can get drugs into the body, into your circulation system. You have lots of different ways, so oral, parenteral, or even through the skin, and also obviously inhalation through the lungs and the alveoli. But if you take something like oral drug delivery, which has to go through the gut and go through the liver, this can give rise to degradation, metabolism, and poorly soluble drugs can have a reduced effectiveness. These are the advantages of using inhalations. You get a rapid onset of the drug, lower doses are required, leading to fewer side effects, and unique efficacy of the multi-dose compounds. So as I said earlier, we've started to see combinational products, and this is one of the reasons why we can use lower dose, so you have lower side effects, and you're able to combine different drugs together for a final formulation. You also get a unique pathway for drug delivery. So whilst the traditional therapeutic areas such as COPD and asthma is still very popular, you can start looking at other therapeutic areas. So listed here is a few of the sort of therapeutic areas that have been assessed. Some of these areas are in early development, but some of these areas actually have marketed products. But you can see a wide range of different types of therapeutic areas, such as diabetes, migraine, anxiety, smoking cessation, antibiotics, etc. So there's lots of different areas that we can actually look at and are actually being looked at right now. Well, you don't really need to develop a new NCE. You can repurpose old drugs going down the 505(b)(2) route. This is really key to this development, where you're finding a new route, which is through the lungs, repurposing an old drug, and there you have a really powerful package of the two types. So you have the 505(b) as well as your therapeutic area. So you have a really powerful product that you can put to the market. And you don't require loads of clinical studies. You only require a bridging clinical study. And that really is the key to making this a success. And these are some of the products out there on the marketplace. So we have, since 2006, Exubria, which is dry powder insulin, all the way through to the last year, where we've got Inbrija for Parkinson's disease. Even this year, we have a Spravato for antidepressant. So as you can see, the products are there. I mean, this is not limited. There are other products on the marketplace. If you think about something like smoking sensations, there's a lot of products now on the market. And also, we're starting to see things like cannabinoids, so CBD. People are asking us whether or not we can develop CBD into an MDI or a formulation. Yeah. And whilst I haven't mentioned some of the challenges, there's lots of great advantages of using drug delivery to the lungs, but there are some challenges. Where you have to put a device, so a drug device combination. So you have to think about the device and how they react with the formulation, but also you have to think about the cost. So adding a device to a formulation always adds costs, but I don't think they're unsurmountable challenges. They can be overcome. So, in conclusion, there is a big demand for inhalation drug products for the traditional therapeutic areas, but we also see the value of having drug to the lungs for different routes, using the 505(b) route, and also things like combining multiple APIs, which will give rise to new therapeutic areas. Okay, thank you.